right. Speaking of crazy stuff, continued fallout from Sean Diddy Combs after the release of that graphic video that shows him abusing his then-girlfriend, Cassie Ventura. In recent weeks, the empire that Diddy built seems to be really crumbling right around him. That includes the media company he founded. He just sold off his majority stake. Deadline's executive editor, Dominic Pattern, on this right now. So this is Revolt, right, Dominic? So that's it for Diddy and his association. Pretty big company, right? They're in a lot of things, and been a lot of and what happens next?
Well, I mean, part of what happens next here, of course, is this is now an employee-owned company. I guess kind of like the Green Bay Packers. But let's remember here, Diddy was by far the majority shareholder here. There's been no numbers revealed about what this buyout entailed. It has been said that he had stepped back from day-to-day long time ago. However, let's be clear, this was in the hundreds of millions, this buyout, for sure. So while he is no longer running Revolt, he has certainly cashed out quite well from his exit.
Revolt CEO put the statement up from the CEO of Revolt. We're stepping into the most revolutionary chapter yet for Revolt. When I joined, the CEO says, in 2020, I quickly realized two things. Our mission's bigger than any individual. We're the largest engine for transformative change that just so happens to be a media company. I wonder if that's true, if it's bigger than any individual. I guess it helps that his name is not on it, maybe, from their point of view.
I mean, I guess so, but I would also say, you mentioned it in the beginning of the segment about how Sean Combs' empire has been crumbling. He had a big fallout with the tequila brand that he owned a stake in. Tens of millions were paid out there. There were other sponsorships and what have you that walked away from him. Of course, after Cassie Ventura first filed her lawsuit in November, which was settled a day later with a payout there was a series of pullbacks from him being involved in things on a variety of levels. I have to say, Sean Combs, Bad Boy Entertainment, which he still obviously has, he is kind of a one-man brand. So I find it hard to think that Revolt is going to have a lot of legs unless they've got a tremendous plan B in their back pocket with his exit. But then again, his staying around was putting a stink on the whole place.
You mentioned he's a one-man brand. You're right. He's so well known. But is he dragging down other people, though? He collaborated with people in music and other things over the years. Is his scandal dragging down other people or just impacting him?
Well, I think that's hard to tell right now, but obviously there's some data we can look at. We know, certainly looking at, say, Spotify and other streaming platforms, that streaming numbers for his music are way down. Now, one of the biggest collaborations and partnerships he ever had was, of course, with Notorious B.I.G. His music, which is a classic of hip-hop, one of the icons of hip-hop, still is incredibly popular and will always be, and as a part of that, will always prove lucrative for Sean Diddy Combs in terms of revenue. But I think if you look at artists collaborating with him, his last album, Love, didn't do that well, to be honest, though one of its producers is also suing him for sexual assault and various other things. But I will say, I think that some of those artists, I wouldn't be surprised if you see them either downplaying or starting to delete those collaborations.
Thanks so much for watching. Just go to joinnn.com to find NewsNation on your television provider. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.